Still did this part. What was we talking about? I need that bread. All this could have paid for my lawyers and so I just lost both of my daughters is in Atlanta right now. I don't know what the in Atlanta's scammers and a whole lot of other shit. But my baby mamas is out there. Salute to them. They doing a great job with my daughters. I love y'all so much for that, and y'all so beautiful. It's some shit in Atlanta. You don't got no. I lost rights to my daughter, my oldest.
So you lost all custody.
I had a trial. I'm all in my prison clothes. I'm like, why can't we just put this off? Like my child support is $2,000, right? Deuces ain't been popping since 2012. Why is my child support $2,000? So I had all this back pay. Then I sold my catalog for $500,000. I only got $250,000 out of it. I bought my mama a house for $50,000, and then I had to pay all this child support stuff. Why was my child support $2,000? I'm not Future or none of these like. So then I got the arrears, not retrograde. That's the little
retroactive
star shit.
Even if you still had your child in California, am I correct?
Yeah, I gotta prove all of that. They wasn't supposed to. I didn't have nothing on Marley. Marley, I gotta go and file a paternity, a petition for paternity.
Oh,
it's only
God.
$300. But watch this.
He doesn't even have a DNA test
bro.
for his kid.
No, this for when I poke. Don't walk up on me playing. Or you Team Breezy, keep that on the internet. Oh, stop. My bad. I went too far.
We talk about the talent.
All right, music.
Despite your flaws as a human being, you are one of the most talented individuals to ever grace the music industry.
He's making it
We're
worse.
gonna get to that.
So
We gonna get to that.
Veer.
I love how you
To
try
that?
to. I love how you. Yeah, we gonna veer to that. But we gonna
Why
get
the
this
You
boot
have
away.
a testimony.
Why
and
the
tell your life.
get in on
But
this?
he
Look,
finna-
I witnessed it.
He finna be in here and
Why
tell
the
us
fuck
what's
I got
going
an
on.
EBT card
Oh my God.
and made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Max. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro.
Leading up to who he is. Right
I'm not
now.
even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. Y'all want to see me crying here, so y'all can think I'm a. That ain't fair, man.
Hey,
I'm on EBT, bro.
Oh my God.
That's why.
hey.
All right. Guys, listen, we're going to stop it right here. This is absolutely ridiculous. Look at this man right here on the internet crying. This is pathetic. Now, you may say, well, lead attorney, dang, that's a little harsh. Well, we are going to rewind this, and I'm going to break this down from the perspective of a 25-year attorney. And after I'm done, you're going to see exactly where I'm coming from. Let's go back to the beginning.
Still did this part. What was we talking about? I need that bread. All this could have paid for my lawyers and so I just lost both of my daughters is in Atlanta right now. I don't know what the in Atlanta's scammers and a whole lot of other shit.
All right, so he says he doesn't know what's going on down here in Atlanta. There's scammers, there's a lot of other stuff going on. Let me tell you something. As someone who's born and bred right here in Atlanta, I will tell you, yes, we are full of scammers. But I'm gonna tell you something else. This guy right here, Kevin McCall, he is no stranger to criminal activity. A few years ago, this man was arrested and convicted on a felony count of assaulting his girlfriend. They were both in a car. This lady is driving down the 405 in LA, and this man allegedly starts beating on her cranium. Now, I really don't want you throwing shots at my city that is full of scammers if you're doing this type of activity on your time. But then what happened? The lady turned around and sued him, and guess how much she got? She got $1.5 million. That's right, a $1.5 million judgment against this man for beating on her skull. So don't come crying to me about the fact that you're on EBT when you have a $1.5 million judgment against you for beating some lady in the back of her skull while she's driving a 2-ton vehicle.
But my baby mamas is out there. Salute to them. They doing a great job with my daughters. I love y'all so much for that, and y'all so beautiful. It's some shit in Atlanta. You don't got no. I lost rights to my daughter, my oldest.
So you lost all custody.
I had a trial. I'm all in my prison clothes. I'm like, why can't we just put this off?
This man just said that he lost all rights to one of his children. Let me tell you this as a 25-year family law attorney. If you have your parental rights involuntarily terminated, you are a horrible parent. That applies to the mothers and that applies to the fathers. Judges do not go around involuntarily terminating parents' rights. rights. There are very, very few rights that you have constitutionally that are stronger than your rights to your own child. Judges take these cases extremely seriously, on par, in fact, with death penalty cases. Why? It's because when you have your parental rights terminated, there is no getting them back. It's irreversible. After your parental rights are terminated, you have no authority to ever see your child while your child is a minor. You have no right to speak to your child while your child is a minor. You are legally dead to your child. That's why these TPR cases, these termination of parental rights cases, are so serious. Usually, to have your parental rights terminated, you've had to engage in significant abuse of the child, or significant abandonment, or significant neglect of the child. Also, if you have experienced long-term incarceration or significant criminal activity, particularly violent criminal activity, you can have your parental rights terminated. Now, he didn't say why his parental rights were terminated. He said he showed up in his prison jumpsuit and he was asking for a postponement. He said he didn't know why the trial had to go on right then, but apparently the judge decided that that was the day. Having represented mothers and fathers for over 2 decades, I can tell you that only the worst parents have their parental rights terminated.
Like my child support is 2,000, right? Deuces ain't been popping since 2012. Why is my child support 2,000?
Now he's complaining that his child support is $2,000 a month. And I'll tell you, $2,000, that's a chunky amount. Now, $2,000 a month makes sense because he just said that he sold a song for $500,000. So I can understand why the judge felt it was reasonable to have his child support set at $2,000 a month. But then what does he say? He says, hey man, that song Deuces, that song hasn't been hot since 2012. What is he implying? He's implying that his income has been reduced and that he no longer can afford $2,000 a month. Now, I'm going to give you a pop quiz. Suppose you are a first-year law student and it's your first day in family law class, and I am your professor, Professor Lee. Here is your question. If you are ordered to pay $2,000 a month based on your income, and then your income gets reduced, what do you do? That's your question. You got 3 seconds. You can put it in the comments. All right, you ready? What do you do? If you said hire an attorney, I'm going to give you half credit. You don't need to hire an attorney. It's good if you do, but if you don't, that's fine. So if you said that, you get half credit. Pat yourself on the back and give yourself full credit if you said file a child support modification. If that was your answer, you get an A on the quiz. Guys, millions of men have filed child support modifications. It's routine. So many times you guys will lose your job or change jobs and have a significant reduction in your job, and you will never go back to court to file that modification. All of a sudden, after 6 months, a year, 2 years, you have all of this back child support, this child support arrearage that goes into the thousands. Then what happens? Well, you're driving down the road and you get pulled over, and all of a sudden you're in the back of a patrol car because your driver's license has been suspended for failure to pay child support. Or you're at work one day and then the sheriff comes in and puts you in those handcuffs and in the back of that same patrol car and arrests you for failure to pay child support. Now you're in jail, you possibly lose your job because you're incarcerated, you don't have the ability to drive because your driver's license has been suspended, and you owe thousands in back child support, and you get on the internet and you start talking about how unfair the system is. Well, the system is unfair, but you could have asked for help. You could have asked for a child support modification. The last video I did, Halle Berry, a woman, was complaining about child support. She had to pay $16,000 a month. What did she do? She went in for a child support modification. She said, hey, I was popping back in the day. I'm older now. I'm not doing movies like I was doing before. What did the judge do? Slashed her child support in half. Now she's paying $6,000 or $8,000 a month. If this guy who's complaining about his EBT, who was paying $2,000 a month, which is chunky, if he would have went and applied for a child support modification, he could have got that knocked down to $1,100 or $750, but he never tried. Now he's got all this back child support and he's crying because he doesn't have any money. Guys, this is the whole reason why I started my channel, to put you guys on game. It's the little things that you don't know that are screwing up your life.
So I had all this back pay. Then I sold my catalog for $500,000. I only got $250,000 out of it. I bought my mama a house for $50,000, and then I had to pay all this child support stuff. Why was my child support $2,000? I'm not Future or none of these, like. So then I got the rear arrears Not retrograde. That's the little
Retroactive child
Scholarship.
support.
Even if you still had your child in California, am I correct?
Yeah, I gotta prove all of that. They wasn't supposed to. I didn't have nothing on Marley. Marley, I gotta go and file a paternity, a petition for paternity. It's only $300, but watch this. I think it's a game, bro.
What did this man just say? He said that he does not have papers on his other daughter. He cannot afford the $300 DNA test. He said it only costs $300. Man, let me tell you this, and I'm being 100% serious with this. There needs to be qualifications for certain things in life. If you want to be able to drive, then you need to take a test. If you want to be able to drink, then you need to be a certain age. I'm telling you that if you cannot pay $300 for a DNA test, you cannot afford to have sex. You just can't do it. Women are expensive and children are amazingly expensive. I don't know what the income amount, what the wealth amount, what the asset amount, what the revenue amount should be such that you qualify for sex, but it should be at least $300. This man cannot afford to pay for a test to determine whether this kid is even his or not.
No, this for when I poke. Don't walk up on me playing. Or you Team Breezy, keep that on the internet. Oh, stop. My bad. I went too far?
We talk about the talent.
All right, music.
Despite your flaws as a human being, you are one of the most talented individuals to ever grace the music industry.
We gonna get to that.
He's hurting his case.
I'm gonna get to that.
Just veer.
I love how you
To
try
that?
to. I love how you.
Let me stop it right here. What do I mean when I say that his homie in the back is hurting his case? Listen, he's complaining about his $2,000 a month child support. What did his man just say? His man just said that he is one of the most talented people in the music industry. And this absolutely could be the case if he's selling individual songs for $500,000 a pop. Now, suppose that this EBT guy goes and files for a modification. He doesn't want to pay the $2,000 a month. What can the judge say? The judge can say, no, I'm not going to reduce your $2,000 a month child support. Why? Because you have the ability to pay $2,000 a month. What did your man just say? Your man just said you're one of the most talented people in the music industry. Your man just said that you're one of the best. You just said that you sold a song for $500,000. You've got talent. All you need is discipline. All you need is focus. Maybe if you weren't going around allegedly beating women in their skull and having to pay $1.5 million, you could dedicate more time to your craft and pay the $2,000. $2,000 isn't nothing if you're getting $500,000, $200,000, $300,000 for a song. A judge can absolutely deny your modification petition if the judge feels like, and if it's proven, that you have the ability to pay the money. A judge is going to feel like the fact that you're in and out of jail, the fact that you've got these civil judgments against you doesn't have anything to do with the child having to eat every day. Your man just said that you're one of the best. You're working with some of the best stars in the music industry. You can do it. And I will say this too. A lot of men, especially in our community, are fighting for their financial lives because they got these felonies on their record. It's so hard to make a livable wage when you have these felonies that you have to announce on these job applications. But one of the beautiful things about this EBT guy's situation is that the music industry will not hold you back because you have a felony, which this man does. In fact, in the urban sector of the music industry, felony records are celebrated. These rappers all the time are talking about how gangster they are and how hard they are and how much time they serve. If you've got real talent, there is no one in the music industry that is going to turn their back on you because you got a felony or two. This guy is in a blessed situation. A judge is going to note that when he starts asking to reduce his child support.
Yeah, we gonna veer to that. Well, we gonna
Why
get
the
the
You
book
have a testimony.
Why
and
the
tell your life.
get in on this?
And let me say this one thing too, because I just can't help but notice his man that's pumping him up, that's hyping him up in the back. Look what he's wearing. Look at his shirt. It's a Versace collection shirt. I don't want to go too far down this road, but we're on the Versace website here, and these shirts are going for what? $825, $1,750, $695. You got one here, $475. You got $395. $495. You got a tank top for $225. Why is it that his man back here can't loan him $300 to get a DNA test for his kid? Sometimes we have to put our pride aside and really get the resources that we need. Say, man, listen, I see you flossing with the Versace collection. You my boy, you hyping me up. You know I'm one of the most talented in the music industry. Let me hold $350 so I can do this DNA test. You may say, oh, well, Lee, you know, I got my pride and I can't do that. You know, I'm a man. Well, look at him. Look at this man sitting on a couch and look what he's doing. He's holding up an EBT card. So where's the shame? Don't tell me that this man has a big ego. Don't tell me this man has pride if he's sitting here showing the world his EBT card. I'm not saying that you should ask for a few $100 to take a woman out on a date or to go to dinner or even to maybe get a tire on your car. But for finding out if a child is yours or not, definitely see if you can get a loan, see if you can pawn a car title, see if you can do something. Finding out if these kids are yours is so important, and fathers, men, sometimes they just don't appreciate the importance of it until it's too late.
Witnessed it.
He finna be in here and
Why
tell
the
us
fuck I
what's
got
going
an
on.
EBT card?
We
And
got
it
it.
says that
Hold on,
Breezy Bro
cuz.
and made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Mac. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to
Great
leave,
content
bro.
leading up to who he is right
I'm not
now.
even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. Y'all want to see me cry in here, so y'all can think I'm a bro.
Fuck nigga.
That ain't fair, man.
Hey,
I'm on EBT, bro.
hey,
That's why.
hey. Look, bro.
I'm down.
Man, I'm done with this dude. He's sitting over here crying that he's on EBT, shedding, I bet, the same tears that girlfriend was shedding when she was driving down the 405 with him in the passenger seat, banging on the top of her head while she's driving a 2-ton vehicle. How can you cry and solicit sympathy from people because you're poor when that lady turned around and got a $1.5 million judgment against you? How can you try to solicit sympathy from people when you don't even have papers on one of your kids and your parental rights were involuntarily terminated on the other kid? How can you solicit sympathy from people when you're on podcasts talking about how you went to prison? You know, this sympathy play here, is this working on you guys? So many people have so many good things to say about Donald Trump and so many bad things to say about Donald Trump. And everybody right now is talking about this government shutdown and how EBT cards are going to get cut off. Are you upset that this man's card is going to get cut off? I mean, I'm asking, are you upset that he's having difficulty with his finances because he has a $1.5 million judgment against him for beating up the cranium of some ex-girlfriend? Now he applies for EBT so that you can help pay for his food. Is this sympathy play working? Listen, I'm going to end it here, but I do want to end it on a positive note because, I mean, this guy right here, he's ridiculous. But I will say this. I love the fact that you have a podcast here with 4 brothers and they're talking about some real themes, some real hardships, some real suffering. So many times as men, we keep it all bottled in and then we explode and that lands us in prison or even worse. We do not talk amongst ourselves. We don't seek out support systems. I have men all the time who contact me for different types of coaching and they tell me that they're telling me things that they've never told anybody else. When I represented men, even in their darkest days, they felt like there was no one that they could talk to about these things, that no one would listen or that no one would understand. I do love the fact, even though this guy here particularly is ridiculous, I love the fact that in general, we're starting to see more communication about this, more visibility. Men, we need to talk. We need to get these things out. We need to learn from one another. We need to lean on each other. I will say that because that's so important. Now, I'll end it right there. And you've heard his cries about his EBT, and I bet you that car is going to get shut off. I want you to put in the comments below how much per month you think should be deposited on his EBT card. How much of taxpayer dollars do you want him to receive every single month so that he can eat? Put it in the comments below.
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth!